This looks comedy, doesn't it? Like. Right, so we're just crossing the Tamar now. It is 12 minutes from here. And that over there is the original Tamar. Brunel's, 1859. Just as it starts to rain. Beautiful. So the rumour is that this place was too difficult for what then was the European tour. I'm going to find out, I'm going to go and have a word with the pro and find out exactly what the story is. But I do recall the winning score being over par one of the years when they hosted it here. I think it was the B&H Invitation or something. I know Sevi actually won when there was a tour event here, which is pretty cool. And anyway, just pulling in now. International Resort, 5 stars, Abash. Right, here we go. Probably one of the toughest golf courses, and I'm going to show you a weather forecast in a minute, but it's looking fun. Right, to kick things off, we have 396 dog leg to the right. We're going to play as far back as we can the whole round. We're pretty much just trying to finish this like just left of the house. Straight in the face. Got 3 iron. Sit down. Sit. A good score today will literally be level par. That will be an unbelievable score. The wind is gusting at 35 mile an hour. So it's pretty much like the last time I came here. Well, no, it's pretty much like playing Woodall Spa the other day. Another very demanding golf course. And it was gusting at 35, 40 then as well. So not only are we playing a golf course which is extremely difficult, we're playing it off the blocks and we're playing it in 35 mile an hour gusts. So anything close to level par today will be an unbelievable score. Here's a little look at what we have coming up. So we've got a little par 3 here, and this par 5, don't know if you can see that, it's literally about 12 yards wide, but it is downwind today. Can you hear how windy it is? How small it is. Right, we've got 190, probably playing about 10 downhill, but then straight into that gust. I know short is probably a better miss, just because the green is back to front. So I think I'm going to play 6 iron and sort of play like a 190-ish low flight. Just try and control it. Wind is sort of into a tiny bit off the left. Just right's not a bad miss. Nah, it's just pretty much straight at it. 190 shot. And yeah, I had to keep it under this tree. Go, 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 go. About 30 short. It's not the worst place to be fair. This is going to be brutal today. Honestly, sit back and relax. And you get to experience the pain, but from the comfort of your own home. You can just relax and chill. And I'm going to be out here battling in the wind and this brutal golf course. This is going to be a good one. It's probably on the longest side of course vlogs that I've done, this will be, but I don't want to leave anything out. I don't want to cut it up. I feel like this is going to be worth it, you know. So yeah, let's get into it. Right, the test begins. This is the bit of the game today which is going to be tested to the max. There's going to be a lot of these shots, I think. Going to play middle stance, open face, and just get strike. I've got like, I don't know, like 10 foot to work with. It's not the easiest of shots, this, playing to a raised surface. That's pretty good. Still long though. And now we've got like 10 foot down the hill with a big break. Right, got a 0.5% from the left, straight down the hill. But yeah, they're not looking as quick as normal for St. Mellion. So that's probably going to make it a touch easier today. Got this about 1 cup, a full cup outside left edge. Oh wow, that is slow. That's straight down the hill as well. Straight in the jaws. Okay, hit a few putts on the putting green and I was like, got a feeling they're going to be quicker on the golf course. So I didn't really hit many putts. But it looks like they're fairly similar. It's right though, we can adjust quick. But that's a bogey start. Mind you, that's 400 yards and it forces you to lay back a bit because it gets super tight straight into a 35-mile-an-hour gust. So there's going to be easier holes than that. Second hole's not a let up at all. We got 514. Wind is out the right, more across if anything from the right, sort of this direction. And it's a 3-shotter. It's a big dog leg at like 260, but I mean it's like 30 yards wide. So it's a 3-shot par 5 this one, like every time. So we're trying to start this as close to this big tree as possible. Got wind. Wind's pretty much straight off the right from here, to be fair. Run out's 240 and it's downhill, so just gonna take 6-iron. Because if anything, this may actually be helping a bit as well. Right, need to get in the habit of stepping into these practice swings. And now, just go easy. Sit down. So we've got 300. It's a decent tee shot getting that away. But now, as you can see, we're back on the, trying to thread it down a tight hole. Just got 5-iron in hand, just gonna literally just punch this one D height. Stay straight, stay straight. Okay, we've got 125 in here. Pretty much playing the number. But just looking back up this hole, I mean, this is the reason that driver's not really the play. If you play, well, you've pretty much got to cut a driver to keep it on the hole. If you overcut it, it's OB, and if you miss it left, it's hazard. So you literally cannot miss. But as it is, we got a good chance. Well, it's not a good chance, but this is as good a chance you'll get of birdie playing around this golf course. And that's going right on the wind. Straightens out down here. But I've got to pretty much hug all of that fringe. So I've got to judge the pace up through that fringe, and then it will release down. Tell you what, I thought that was perfect. I was just about to say, if you can have any man to putt through a 12-foot of fringe, then I'm right here. Just outside right edge, breaks early, and then should straighten up a bit. Oof. Did not want to start bogey. Not bad. Now we've got a par 4 with a massive drop off to the right. Then we've got a long par 3, then a very funky par 4 around the corner with loads of water. 3-3-2 from this tee, but it's going to be an extra 20 yards further back. So it's probably like a 240 shot into out the right. That's as good as I can hit it. So it's actually 1994 that Sevi come down here and won. It's the B&H Invitational. I'm pretty sure that's what it was called. And it was the first win he had for like 2 years, I think. Any story to do with Sevi's got to be worth telling, isn't it, really? When you stick the cart paths, I swear you end up just pretty much walking as far as you would anyway. Okay, we've got 118 is pretty much playing the number. That looks good. Okay, got a look. Interesting place for Sevi to win though, because this is probably the most visually demanding golf course off the tee that you're going to see. And I expect they played a lot of golf courses that were a lot wider. But this was, I think he hadn't had a win for 2 years. And It was about the time when he was working with Mac O'Grady, which must have worked, but that was sort of, I don't know, that was sort of almost the downfall of Seve as well, when he got too technical. And I think he got slightly obsessed with swing and trying to really control everything. And everyone remembers Seve for, you know, the 19-year-old that come out of the Open, just like wild. Amazing touch, amazing short game. It's got 1.5%, 1%, and 0.5% at the end. I say they're running at like 8, so gonna just go for 1. 1% is cup and a half. I've got a little mark there, so give it a good roll. It's good chances. Nice. Never quite there. Obviously played that with a bit more pace, it stays a bit higher. So Jack Nicklaus designed this. I think this is his first design in Europe, right? And when Jack designed this place, all of these banks were basically shaven like this. Now some of them have got long rough, and they didn't used to have cart paths. So these cart paths actually make it play a bit tighter than it actually is. There's times where if there was rough there, the ball would stop, and usually the cart path is next to the hazard. So there's times when you hit it slightly left towards the hazard. If there was rough there, it would probably just like come to a stop, but it's a cart path and it just rolls straight over into the hazard, so it just makes it play a bit tighter. Got 178 pin. I think it's hazard right, bank left, like a 10-yard target between it. So just gonna play 8 iron and target's middle of the green. If it goes on the wind a bit, that's fine. It's going on the wind a tad. Catch it. Yeah, that's like a yard left of it. That could be in serious trouble. Right, this has got miles. Must just be sort of down a bit from up there. And now, how's the lie? The lie is okay-ish. Got to get over this like slope which runs off, and then it should release down. Just slightly off the right all the way down. As long as this is not, yeah, it sort of is. Yeah, it's growing like this way. So any missed strike's just going to get caught up. But we need to get it in the air. This is where just going to use a bit more speed just to guard against that. Yeah, we've got to keep this club moving, open face. And that's exactly, look at that, it's just all. Yeah, there's your answer about the wind direction. It's flipped a bit. So it should be just outside right edge. Keep going. Go on, get down there. Go. Just outside right edge. That was so windy. Oh, wow. All right, for double. Three over through 4 holes. Just trying to think, is there any holes on this front nine that are sort of like, you know, like gift birdies? You know, like a par 5 with a bit of room that you're gonna have a wedge into? Nah. Nah, nothing. There is one short par 3, usually plays about a gap wedge, and that's probably gonna be downwind, so that's pretty much it, and that's hole 8. But we've got a few very tough holes to get through now. And with the way the wind's just switched as well, I've got a feeling they're gonna be playing all into. So the next 4 holes 5, 6, 7. The next 3 holes are pretty brutal. It's all fun and games. All right, get ready for it. Get ready for this. How's that for a visual? Tees back there, obviously on the champs. Straight into wind now, or like here. Got to play over, I think about 200 yards of hazard, and then you've got about 30 yards like landing zone. So, into breeze. It's nice, isn't it? This looks comedy, doesn't it? Like. Okay, so, I mean, there's a 200-yard carry over, and 230 really is. I've not got my glove, you bloody twat. 200 carry, 230 is the landing zone that you want to hit. Winds into off the left, and I've got 3 iron. So there's a lone tree out there. Don't know if you can call that a silver birch, but it's silver, so that's what I'm calling it. Just at that. Hit it, wind. Hit it. Cool. Just, how has that gone left? It's literally from there. I'm just out here having a friendly game, but imagine playing a tournament in these conditions. I remember that when the clutch was here, or the clutch I think comes here every year, and the cut's usually well over par. And the leading score's never, when it's never low, it's always like, you know, I'm pretty sure it never gets into like the 10 unders. I think it may even been like, if you finished around level par for 3 rounds in the tournament this year, I think you would have been top 10. I'm pretty sure anyway. I mean, I've hit like a bit of a slappy draw there, but I was expecting it to sort of, oh shit, ducks. Sort of like kick off the wind, like move off the wind. I don't know if it has, so. We could be in some deep shit here, Gian. Just completely dead. Like green's through there, got no shot. This is actually now like a tough chip out to a yardage. So, got 48 degree. Just trying to give myself, I don't know, probably like 70. It's on the fairway then. So yeah, a couple of weeks ago I played Woodall Spa in a wind and 3-putted 3 times and shot, I think I shot 3 over in the end, which was 75, which is actually pretty respectable. And this course is definitely considerably harder. Like, but playing off the backs, both days were really windy. This is definitely harder. Right, 70 yards, and can't quite see the pin. I can, but do you know what I mean? Could aim just right of it. Up and down for par. I've played that so well. That's landed on the green and ripped off to the left. Actually thought that was perfect. I didn't know that on the green they had just like a severe drop-off point. That's landed around here and just see you later. Up and down for bogey. Put up through the fringe, make your bogey, and then on to the next hole. Scrambling for bogeys. Obviously, if you want to come here and play, I'm not saying don't come here because it's really difficult. And when it isn't blowing as hard as it is, obviously that definitely makes it a little easier, or a fair bit easier really. What you've got to factor in though is that I'm obviously playing the back boxes today. And if you look at every hole, I mean, this is one of the less severe ones, but we're back here. The yellows generally are between like 30 and 50 yards on, which does again make it a lot more playable. I think you've got to enjoy this type of thing. It's just one of those courses that you've got to come and play just to test your game and just see how many balls you can lose, basically. Right, so 435 up the hill. Wind is pretty much across, maybe hurting just a tiny bit as well. Another demanding hole, like hazard up the right and long stuff on the left. .177, 7 iron. Pretty thick down here. So a lot of speed. Okay, all right, so just left shoulder, get off it and get, like unweighted to the left, to the right. Cool.
Yeah, do the practice swing as perfectly as I've asked you to do it. Like, and then literally when you walk in, the only conscious thought is exactly what you just said. Get as into your right side as possible, and then just send it.
Okay, cool. All right, I'll let you know how it's going.
Yeah, sound.
Sweet.
Right,
cheers, bro. Bye-bye. Got a little work to do. We're struggling out here. Obviously had a lesson 2 days ago, or a few days ago, and this is the first like proper round of golf since. Couldn't pick couldn't pick a more tough place to come and trial out a golf swing. But I'm having a bit of problem. Obviously with the lesson, I've got to get off of it and high and get onto it and release it. I'm sort of out here today just trying to play, like trying to just hit ball towards target. But because I've been drilling so much, I think I'm sort of like in between. So he said, right, practice swing, got to be perfect. Then step in and basically stay, just move off of it. I'll explain in a second. I've got to concentrate on hitting a 10-yard fairway. Just in. Oh my God, it's hit the tree middle of the fairway. Could just take a moment to have a look at this hole. It's, we'll pace it out in a minute. It's tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 yards. 11 yards at 290. Let's hit that tree and kick back in. Yeah, it's not wide. 207 uphill, but it's down off the left. So let's get these drills done perfectly and try and execute. There we go. Short. It's weird, I've hit that perfectly as well. I think the wind is, I mean, I've just drawn it up against it, so that's not gone very far. 136, 48 degree, step off, on, release. It's a better shot, it's a better swing. No, it's better, mate. I'm on like the 8th hole. I'm meant to be filming an 18-hole vlog, but I'm not. I don't know. I feel like I'm probably better off spending the afternoon like working on the right things. Do you know what I mean?
Probably.
For my game.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
You hit a couple more after a set.
Yeah. I mean, I hit a drive down 8. That was okay. Really nice second shot. May come as a bit of a surprise, but we're off the course. Gonna grab a coffee. I'll explain why. Just to explain what's going on, because this may be a bit like, what are you actually doing? You're on the driving range. So just when I was out there then, I was seeing quite a lot of stuff that I didn't really like. I feel like, obviously I've had a lesson like 2 days ago. I've had a couple of days to practice. I've not really taken it to the course properly, and my way of taking it to the course today was hoping that some of the drills would have sort of worked their way in and I could just go out there and swing without too much conscious thought, or without any conscious thought, just getting a bit more target orientated. And I'm out there just seeing a lot of stuff that I don't like, and although I've obviously come down here to film an 18-hole video and, you know, playing at St Mellion, it's probably going to be good for the YouTube channel. In the past I would have probably gone, oh, just focus on the video and just make sure we get this vlog done properly. But I was out there through like 6 and 7, I was thinking, this is just not, I'm not really doing the stuff that I'm supposed to be doing here, and my main focus is to really get better at golf and document it. So going out there and continuing the round like at a detriment to my game doesn't really seem like the right thing to do at all. So I've just taken myself off the course, spoke to Liam. He's said, look, there's a couple more pieces to the puzzle. Obviously I've had one golf lesson and the stuff that we're moving towards is great, but I still need to know how to then apply that to the golf course through routine and through feel, because you can't just drill for a few days and expect it to just be there on the golf course. There's still things, way more stuff that I've got to learn to actually take that range stuff, which is looking great and there's so much promise there, but take that to the golf course. So that's the next bit of the puzzle that we're gonna move on towards. I'm going up to see him on Monday. Hopefully Brandon is going to be there, perhaps Leon, and maybe Jack as well, and we're going to film a little on-course match with a couple of his boys and Liam, and I'm also going to see him for a session, and then we can talk about continuing the stuff we're working on, plus how to actually take that to the golf course, because I've literally got a tournament tomorrow. Me and Kev Harper are playing the PJ Football Championships, I think it's called, at Bovey. So the focus is now, this is going to seem proper rogue, but we're taking it off the golf course, and I'm just going to spend the next hour or two working on the right stuff, and that's what I'm going to take you through now. I was very hesitant to do this, but I think what am I actually trying to do here? I'm trying to improve my golf, and I'm documenting it. I'm not a YouTuber that plays golf. I'm a golfer that does YouTube, and it's a different mindset. So there's some stuff like this is probably not the best thing to do for the algorithm, but it's the best thing to do for my game, and that is the priority. So it's an honest documentation. We're gonna start moving properly. So drills, towel, step, and then hit. This is what I'm doing for the afternoon. So the classic towel drill left arm that we really went over a lot. in that lesson the other day. So step off, towel hit, straight into the step, hip, so nice. And then those feels, straight into hip, straight away, strike's gone up tenfold. Start lines, everything's looking better. So now just a case of just literally rinse and repeat. So much better. Yeah. So the reason that it was not feeling good on the course is because, look, I've basically done this for years. Not got off it at all. Pelvis has gone down. There's nowhere to go. So I back up out of it and flip it. And on the golf course, trying to feel natural, I was getting into that position and then moving onto it a bit, and that is just a complete dead position. So pelvis under, not got off of it, moving onto it, it's just not a good place to be. So I've got to feel, Liam's just basically said I've got to feel, on the course I've still got to feel, create space, left arm, get off of it, and then we can get a bit more reactive from there. So the drills that I'm working through are to get me into those positions. So that towel drill is great, step off gets me off of it, left arm keeps me connected so I can get on, then release it, then just a step and hit gets me moving, and then when I get over the ball I've still got to feel like I'm pushing with my left arm and I'm creating space, because then we can actually get onto the golf ball. So let's put it into action. Right. Towels come on. Strike. And then into it, left arm push. That is just a different golf swing, different golf shot. Yeah, that's feeling better. I just really didn't want to spend another 9 holes doing the wrong thing and just messing myself up at the expense of, but the video is probably going to be better. Yeah, like I just said about 5 times, I'm trying to document it here rather than pretending, you know? Does that make sense? I don't know, it probably all sounds a bit dramatic, but the main point is this is the priority. So I think it'd be way more interesting, the content I mean, if I can get to the level needed to get onto these tours. It's going to be way more interesting content when I get there, but for the time being it may be that it goes a bit rogue like this occasionally, and I sort of sacrifice the fact that I'm not continuing around a golf for the sake of, you know, the content. Right, we're just finishing off with these wedges. And this feel here, honestly, I might just spend a lot more time doing this feel, because it's so good for a feeling for my long game. Because this wedge feel basically is, I want to get off of it, then get onto it and throw it with my left arm, right arm comes off. You'll see what it does to this arm, it just keeps it bam, just keeps it connected, and then you move in and it's that same feeling. Really keeps loads of connection. So this is the drill. It's just, honestly, I'm hitting it better like this at the moment. Than with two hands. So then when I put two hands on it, I'm trying to recreate that feeling. It's getting closer, but this translates to the golf swing so well. Honestly, that's so nice. And then when I get like a full shot in my hand, it makes any logical sense. Yeah. We're getting there. Alright, we're done. Definitely feel better for getting out there and going through those drills again with a bit of a fresh mind, and after having spoke to Liam, maybe slightly losing my mind in the process, but now I'm fully invested into this, so looking forward to see where it goes. But like I said, like it's just got to be a documentation, like this YouTube stuff for me. It can't be like I'm not trying to create anything, I'm just documenting and taking you along for the ride. So tomorrow I've got a tournament. It's the 4-ball championships, little Devon Cornwall PGA thing. Playing with Kev Harper, who a lot of you will probably know. He's a very, very good golfer, and yeah, we've got a good chance of winning tomorrow. So I'm going to go there early, probably do a nice range session, really get those feels going, and take it to the tournament. I think it's probably better ball, so nice format, that nice way of sort of like coming back into tournaments without too much pressure after having changed a few things and going about it in a different way. So I'm going to speak to him in a minute, see what he says about approaching, like the way of approaching tomorrow, and I will see you in the next video.